What is up? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Shred Show live with me, your host, Josh Pitts. I appreciate you joining and shredding with us this morning. I've got a really fun topic this morning. This is something, again, this is why I love some of the new technology, some of the new social media platforms that are popping up, is because we come up with really cool discussion topics. Remarketing, Ryan. What is up, Josh? What's up? Guys, if you're just joining us, comment hashtag shred below. That means you are shredding here with us live. If you're joining us on the replay, make sure you comment hashtag hustle. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into some really interesting discussion. I want your feedback. I want your thoughts. I want your ideas, because we're about to get into it. Marketing versus branding. Which is more important? Stay tuned. It's going to be a good one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get after it. Let's go have some fun with this, because like I mentioned, this is something I actually heard. Again, if you've ever heard me say this, Steal Like an Artist, favorite book by Austin Kleon. So here's the thing is, I honestly think this is a discussion that is not happening enough, because something that I get asked time and time again, which many of you have heard me discuss, is, Josh, how do I start my personal brand? Where do I start with my personal brand? How do I start marketing? How do I get in front of the right audience? Where do I start making noise? And if you've ever heard me say that, don't make noise, make an impact. We're going to talk about that today, because in my humble opinion, this is my opinion. This is my, opinion according to Josh here, according to Shred. But honestly, branding versus marketing. Well, let's kind of break this down real quick. Before we get too far into this, let's really break this down. Trend Best, what's up? Hashtag Shred. Trend, thanks for joining us. Brett Kuhn, hashtag Shred. Thank you for joining us as well. So here are my thoughts. So brand, let's talk about brand, because number one thing when I hear somebody talk about branding is they're like, well, branding is, my logo. It's my slogan. That is very different than your brand, your personal brand. And I have been part of some discussions recently. Joe, what's up? Hashtag Shred. Joe's in the house as well. But your brand is that trust factor. I talk about building relationships, creating that trust, that loyalty factor when it comes to your clients. When it comes to building relationships, trust, your brand is everything. And I personally, this is, again, my opinion is, I think you have to start with your brand. Because think about this, and I use this analogy all the time. Think about if you have a local supermarket that is advertising and they say, we're a brand new supermarket, come check out our grand opening. We're really excited to have, be the local market. We're your local grocer, come down and check us out. Well, you go down, you go into the supermarket, you walk in, you're super excited. You're excited to get your groceries there. And then what happens? They don't have any fresh produce. They don't have any stock or anything on their shelves. It's just empty. And you're like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, you were telling me to come down here. You were telling me to, be here. They were marketing. They were going crazy. You show up and there's nothing there. That's very, very similar. Very, very, and let me kind of turn that and kind of discuss it more. Ryan Murch, thanks for joining us this morning. Also very interested in this. I'm looking into creating my own brand. Derek, this is awesome. Then this is what you really want to listen to. You really want to tune in, volume up on this one, and share it out. Tag somebody right now. If you're trying to build a brand, then you don't want to miss this. Jonathan Velasquez, hashtag Shred. What up this morning, brother? So here's how to look at this. First and foremost is, again, this brand. Look at Air Jordans. Do you think the guy who came up with Air Jordans, and it wasn't Michael Jordan, we all know that, the guy who came up with the Air Jordans, do you think he was a great marketer? No, he had a great brand. Like that brand that he started establishing, that brand that he started building, that's what ultimately grew more than anything. That's what was established. That Air Jordan. Michael Jordan was a brand. Did Michael Jordan market himself? Absolutely not. Like, he just played basketball. Like, he just did what he loved. Somebody took that brand, somebody took his name and built a shoe out of it. So again, then once they have that brand established, once you have your brand established, then you can go market. Then you can go start reaching out. Then you can start bringing people in, creating the funnels. Too many people in this world like, Josh, well, I need to go create funnels. I need to create marketing campaigns and tactics. Teach me how to market. Before you know how to market, I see way too many people get themselves in trouble with marketing because they're trying to go, and again, they're trying to get people to come and trust them to build that relationship before anything is there, before you've established that brand. So honestly, you have to establish your brand. I was in another discussion recently, and I honestly, and truly agree with this opinion. This is one of the top marketers in any industry ever. His name's John Lee. And this discussion is personal brands in the future are going to be basically a job resume. People are going to look, your employer is going to look at, well, let's go take a look at this Josh Pitts guy. Let's go look at his brand. Let's go look if he's actually established. Is he an influencer? Do people really care about him? Future, if you want to become an executive, if you want to go down the world of corporate America, great. But people are going to be looking at that. If you want to be an entrepreneur, even more. If you really want to be able to go into a company, if you want to establish a relationship with somebody, they're going to look at your brand. Here's a perfect example. Look at the Kardashians. I know you may love them, you may hate them, but the Kardashians are a perfect example. Let's say just tomorrow, the Kardashians just decided to start a new company, like just tomorrow. And it doesn't matter what it is. It could be anything. It could be soda. It could be water. It could be hair clips or hair bows. Does not matter, because the Kardashians have established such a powerful personal brand. They could take that business to $1 million in no time, literally in no time. They would literally be like, hey, I've got a product. We've got a brand. We're going to go out there and say, hey, look at our frilly bows. They're amazing. This is why you should get them. Boom. It is that simple. So again, your brand is so much more important. And again, don't overthink it when it comes to building that brand or establishing that brand. Be who you are. The Kardashians, again, love them or hate them, they were themselves. That's what established that brand. Coach Kyle Draper, what's up? Thanks for joining us. So think about that, especially going back to Derek. I'm very interested in creating my own brand. Start doing that. Whether that's whatever profession you are in, it does not matter. You just need to go and start building that brand around you, around who you are. People connect with Kim and Chloe and all those people because they are who they are. That's just they can't fake it now because they've been everywhere in front of every camera at all times. People just know who they are. So that's how you need to start building and establishing that brand right out the gate. Again, marketing is very, very important. I'm not saying marketing is not important, but I think sometimes we get ahead of ourselves. Sometimes we'll start, creating content, or we'll start trying to sell our product or our business or whatever it may be. And we just throw marketing like, oh, I got to spend ad dollars. But people work with people they trust. 99% of consumers will always go with a brand they trust, 99% of the time. So if you haven't established yourself as that, that trust factor with your clients or with your consumers, then they don't care. They may see your marketing time and time again, but ultimately they're not going to buy from you because, again, they don't care. Like, they don't trust you enough. So even with the people that you think you have that established brand with, focus on them first. Again, a huge mistake that I see more often than not is getting people try to go and build a brand new funnel. They try to bring in new clients. They try to bring in people that don't know who they are. Establish that brand, establish that trust factor with the people who already know, like, and trust you. It seems so crazy. I see this so often, especially in mortgage and real estate and in any type of sales position. They literally try to go out and get new business, and they're overlooking the people who are already there, the people who already think they're amazing. Why would you go and try to get new clients before you've already established, like before you've done that with your current client, like the people who already have that trust factor? Remarketing Ryan, never want to forget to get good at what you do, even before brand building get good. Yeah, 100% agree with that, Ryan. Ryan, great comment there. So again, that establishing that brand, I didn't want to go super long on this. I want anybody out there who is kind of at that point where they're ready to establish, they want to start building their brand, they want to start getting out there more, they want to start creating content, really start tailoring that content to that brand, to you, to who you are. So again, as your brand continues to grow, that trust factor continues to grow, marketing will be so much easier because people will already know, they'll already see your face. They're like, oh my gosh, yeah, I trust Josh, I trust Ryan, I trust Derek, I trust Jonathan. These are the people that I know, they know you, they like you, they trust you. So that's what I wanted to get my little quick tip for this morning, my little live, if you will. Also, I want to talk about, we're going to be doing a Clubhouse. You've heard me talk a lot about Clubhouse, but I'm truly humbled and honored. I actually get to have undercover billionaire Glenn Stearns join me this morning, and we're going to be talking about some really cool stuff on Clubhouse exclusively. That's going to be at 10:30 Mountain Standard, 9:30 Pacific. If you guys want to join that, go over to Instagram. We'll also drop a link. Remember, Clubhouse, you have to have an invitation to. If you need invite, you have to have iPhone. If you want an invite, send me a DM and I will send you over an invite. We have a few invites to give away that you can actually join Clubhouse if you want to be part of the conversation. If you want to hear from a billionaire what better opportunity than you have this morning to actually ask him a question? So should be a really fun conversation. I'm looking forward to it. But again, so to kind of wrap things up, really focus on establishing that brand, who you are, what really makes you unique. And I would tell you all to focus on that. What is your differentiating factor? What really is something that people are going to connect with? And even if you're like, well, I don't know if people are going to connect with that, there are always people out there that are going to connect with you for who you are. Don't try to, like I said, don't try to be somebody else. Don't try to be Shred. Don't try to be anybody. Just be you. That's what's the most important. Be you, be genuine, be authentic. Sometimes those words are overused, but honestly, that's how you build trust. Because if you build a brand, if you build a persona that people really are like, well, is that really who Josh is? Is he really that person in real life? That trust factor is gone. You've lost them. And that may have been your one shot. So establish your brand, build that trust, begin with that. Marketing will come with time. Marketing, you will get there, but start establishing your brand today. With that, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I've gone just over 10 minutes. That was my goal, is to kind of shoot for that 10-minute mark this morning. I'm really excited to be, again, talking about these, bringing you a daily video, bringing you something that can help you in your business, help you in your personal life, whatever it may be. We're really trying to do everything we can to be the leading experts, to bring you value, and don't just make noise, make an impact. So as always, I appreciate you guys. I love you. Now it's time for all of you to go shred, to show up, hustle, repeat every day. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you again so much for joining us for today's show. If you like the content, make sure you hit that like button below. And if you already haven't subscribed to our channel, click right over here and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want to see our latest video, click over here. And again, if you want to see the best of daily content within the mortgage and real estate industries, you have to subscribe now. We look forward to having you shred with us every single day.